former teammate predicts Marc Marquez will push Francesco Bagnaia out of the shadows. The 2025 MotoGP season is set to witness one of the most electrifying teammate rivalries in recent history, as Marc Marquez joins Ducati's factory team alongside reigning champion Francesco Pecco Bagnaia. While the pairing of two elite riders in the same team often leads to exhilarating battles on the track, it also raises concerns about potential internal conflicts within Ducati. Among those weighing in on this much-anticipated rivalry is Pol Espargaro, a former teammate of Marquez, who believes that the 8-time world champion's presence will force Bagnaia to step out of his tactical comfort zone. The ultimate competitor. Marc Marquez's reputation as one of the most formidable riders in MotoGP history is undisputed. Having endured a tumultuous period marked by severe injuries and significant team changes, Marquez has finally found himself in an ideal position to reclaim his dominance. Pol Espargaro, who shared the Repsol Honda garage with Marquez in 2021, is convinced that his former teammate remains the benchmark for any rider aiming for the title. Without a doubt, Marc is the rider to beat, Espargaro stated. It would be foolish not to recognize that. He is one of the most complete racers on the grid, blessed with immense talent, experience, bravery, and an insatiable hunger for victory. Espargaro also highlighted the resilience Marquez has shown over the past few years, overcoming career-threatening injuries and adapting to challenging circumstances. Now, with a competitive machine under him, Marquez is poised for a full-fledged title charge. He has endured an incredibly tough phase with injuries and major changes in his environment, Espargaro continued. But now, everything is aligning perfectly for him. He's in the factory Ducati team, riding the best bike on the grid, and he has everything he needs to fight for the championship once again. Bagnaia no longer in the shadows. While Bagnaia has been the dominant force in MotoGP for the past 2 seasons, his approach has often been described as calculated and methodical. The Italian has mastered the art of winning races without unnecessary risks, often letting others make mistakes while he capitalizes. However, with Marquez as his teammate, Espargaro predicts that Bagnaia will be forced to alter his approach significantly. Pecco has been playing it safe, sticking to a strategy that keeps him under the radar while still delivering results, Espargaro explained. But with Marc alongside him in the garage, he can no longer afford to stay in the shadows. He will have to step up and prove he can take the fight to Marquez head-on. The psychological aspect of racing cannot be ignored, and Marquez is known for his ability to influence and unsettle his rivals both on and off the track. Espargaro believes that Bagnaia will have to adopt a more aggressive mindset to counter Marquez's strategic gamesmanship. In the paddock, Marc operates much like Valentino Rossi did in his prime, using every trick in the book, both on the track and in mind games, to gain an edge over his competitors, Espargaro noted. This season, we're going to see a very different version of Pecco, one who is forced to evolve in response to Marc's presence. A rivalry that could define the season. The dynamic between Bagnaia and Marquez will undoubtedly be one of the defining storylines of the 2025 season. Ducati has long enjoyed stability with Bagnaia leading the charge, but the introduction of Marquez into the mix threatens to disrupt the status quo. Some fear that this internal rivalry could lead to tension within the team, similar to past MotoGP duels, such as Rossi versus Lorenzo at Yamaha or Marquez versus Dani Pedrosa at Honda. Ducati has carefully cultivated an environment of harmony, but maintaining that balance with two fiercely competitive riders sharing the same machinery will be a monumental challenge. Espargaro, however, believes that while the rivalry will be intense, it will ultimately push both riders to their limits, elevating the level of competition in MotoGP. Make no mistake, there will be fireworks, he said. But in the end, this is what the sport is all about. Two of the best riders in the world, fighting on equal terms, pushing each other to be even better. The 2025 season is shaping up to be a historic one, with Bagnaia seeking to defend his title against not just the rest of the grid, but also the formidable force within his own team.